Hi, welcome to my studio. Today episode is about impasto in oil. Basically, it's a painting tick. Some people call it caking. On my way to Santa Fe, I seen the little line of mountains, and there was kind of like in a layer sky, mountains and little vegetation and prairie. And I thought it would be great to do it in a quick painting with a texture on it, just something like this. And I'll show you how I did it using different tools. For instance, like palette knives, squeegees, and of course bristle brushes. And I'll be using for taking the cold wax medium when they get a little bit thicker the paint. So let's go to my easel and I'll show you how I did this painting. For my paintings I'm using glass palette. It's easy to clean. I'll be taking the paint with a cold wax medium, make it a little bit thicker, and this is my bristle brushes, squeegees I use a lot, and to just kind of put the paint on it. This is the liquid, and there's a paint thinner, and this is my different palette knives. Some of them are my custom. I just make them the way I want to use them, and this is some of them just regular. And this is very important tool. That's what I use for cleaning my glass palette. And sometimes I'm using wooden palette as you see it, so whatever is your preference. Painting will be done on gesso board, 16 by 12 panel. I will do a quick sketch. This is what I remember when I was driving to Santa Fe, the little mountains and vegetation. It looks like a tree blocks of the colors, but I want to make a emphasize of the three different textures: sky and mountains, and a little bit vegetation far, and close-ups vegetation or part of the prairie. So as you see it, I'm using a little palette knife and just put it at first base or first coat of colors and to establish, what will be my primer background for those areas when I'll be later on developing, like sky and like right now I'm using a little squeegee and mixing back and forth with palette knives and a little squeegee. I just basically they call Italian il pasto, like pasta or caking, and basically thick. On my opening, I mentioned that I mix my for this particular painting. I'm mixing my oil paint with cold wax to make it a little thicker, and plus it will dry a little bit faster. In these close-ups, you can see it. There's a little very thick paint, and give this little texture which I was after for. And the brushes, bristle brushes will give you this little texture of the like a little vegetation, something going on. In this close-up, you can see this little caking very thick paint. This is I'm saying it's oil paint, but like I said, mixed with cold wax. When it dry, will get a little very stiff and hard. And palette knives give you this little nice texture and control, and plus it's more the like your impression of the what's going on. We want to paint, and I'll be just a little working details on the background of the first background of the little vegetation, and palette knives give you this kind of like a nice touch, just little different things. You can do this with a brush, but like I said, I prefer palette knives, and this is how the painting looks like, almost finished. But I just decided to get a little light to the little prairie, and I just make a little separation. So as you see it, it's a simple, quick painting. I hope you like this presentation, and hopefully I'll see you next time. And in this close-up, you can see it. It's a lot of going on, and just little. There wasn't no wind, but just give you this emotion, and little mountains in the background, and little second layers of little prairie or hills, and just a little quick and not complicated painting. See you next time.